Hello everyone, my name is Nikita Mahlic, Be Funny Guy, and today we will be talking about present simple in real life. Yeah, you look at it, you feel like it's too complicated. Actually, it's not so much difficult. So let's get started. Are you ready for real life? Because I am. So let's start from the sentence. She likes clothes, he likes sex. That is why they're not married yet. Yeah? Real life, like she likes one thing, he likes the other, so yeah, life didn't work out very well for them. So, but let's get deeper what it is and how it works. So, there's three sentences there in present simple. And let's actually get to know when do we use present simple. We use it for habits and repeated actions, and also we use it for general truths. So habits, for example, I go cycling every day. Yes, habit every day. And general truth is something that always true. For example, the grass is green. Yeah. How to understand? Actually, the verbs of frequency helps us to understand this present simple. And let's go through them a little bit. Sorry, it's not verbs, it's adverbs, yes, of frequency. Let me correct it. Yes, adverbs. So, never, it's like never. So it's from 0 to 100% of its probability. Yes, so like never 0% and seldom, or some people can say rarely. So you can say seldom, it's like 10%, sometimes 50. Often, there are two pronunciation. You can say it's British people say, they say often, and you can say often as some American guys. But both options are correct. Then usually like 90% and always is 100%. So if you have these words and you have these cases, you ought to use, you should use, you must use present simple. So when we talk about present simple, we have to separate it in two cases. We'd like to talk about to be and other verbs. Other verbs like have, work, and drive. It's very important that you separate it from the very beginning. Let's talk about then, we'll talk about three forms. We have affirmative, positive form, like a sentence, a negative, and affirmative question. So in to be, I will be, not be, I am, he, she, it is, you is a are. Yes, or we can use contraction, short form. We can say I'm, she's, you're. Yes. For example, I am an adult now. Yes, I'm not a child, I'm an adult now. So, present simple. And don't forget about articles. Yes, we also use articles before like professions and before a lot of nouns. Here we use an, not a, because it starts with a. Yes, if we have vowel is a, we use an adult. But if we have, for example, she is a venerologist, V is what? V is consonant, so we use a, not an. Who is venerologist? Just Google it, you'll get to know. And then you are Afro-Americans. You see, when we have plural Afro-Americans, yes, we use zero article. Usually before plural, we don't use a and n. We never use a and n. Sometimes we use z, but sometimes we don't use any articles. And don't forget the s at the end. So let's go to actually affirmative form for the other verbs. Let's take the word work, yes? So here we have I work, very simple, nothing changes, yes? I work in a sex shop. I'm adult now, I work in a sex shop, yeah? Where do you work? Let me know in the comments. So he, she, it, oh, it's very important. A lot of people, like even advanced learners, they make this mistake. He, she, it works. He, she works, he, she drives, he, she flies. Don't forget about S. She works as a neurologist. Yes, both ways. She is or she works as. Every knowledge. Don't forget about articles, right? Then you will say work. So we add only s to the verb when we use other verbs. So the formula is for to be is smile is our subject, then am is are. And for other verbs, just smile plus verb that we take, and don't forget about s for he, she, it. That's it. Let's go to negative. Negative is the same, for example, for to be, but we add not. For example, am not, is not, are not. But and usually they don't say like this. They use contractions like isn't, aren't. But remember, we can't say am, amn't. We can't say amn't. It even doesn't sound. It's not correct. Just remember it. So isn't, amn't. Can say am not, aren't. For example, Anna isn't, yes, because he, she, it isn't a doctor, a doctor, as she's afraid of blood. Yes, she does. She's afraid of blood. That's why she isn't a doctor. And that's it. For USA, we use aren't, and for I am not. And here, for other verbs, we use some special things. We use like they called like auxiliary verbs. Yes, it's the verbs that help us to understand the time. So we use don't or doesn't. It's like do not or does not. Do not we use for I, you, we say, and does not, of course, for he, she, it. And the formula is smile plus don't or doesn't for he, she, plus verb in the first form. No s. We take s already here. So she doesn't like Halloween as well. So Anna isn't a doctor as she's afraid of blood. She doesn't like Halloween as well. That's it. Remember the verb in the first form. And then the question. The question is very simple. As we take the same formula, but we change. We change verb and subject. So here we have, we take the first form, yes, affirmative, and we change verb and smile. So it will be am is are, yes, plus smile. Here will be what? Here will be a little bit special. We add do, does, and then plus smile from other verbs. So here will be what? Are they doctors? No, they aren't. Yes, so how do we answer this yes, no questions? Yes, if we start with am, is, are, or do, does for other questions, we call it yes, no questions, where we can answer only yes or no. And for example, here will be are the doctors? No, they aren't. So, or yes, they are. So yes, smile, am, is, are, or no, smile, am, not, isn't, aren't. Yes, and here do, does, plus smile, plus verb in the first word. Yes, they do, she does, or no, they don't, or she doesn't. For example, are they doctors? No, they aren't. Do they work as doctors? No, they don't. And you see, here we can add, actually, do not forget about those adverbs of frequencies. We add them before the verb here. For example, we can say, do they often work as doctors? No, they don't. And also the last thing is WH questions, specific questions that start with WH. Which do they start with? It's like why, when, who, where, and we have an exception. An exception is how. So, for example, we add the same. We get this WH question. We add this to yes, no question at the very beginning. So it will be, why are you a doctor? You see, I forgot what? I forgot an article. Yeah, actually a lot of fluent and advanced speakers, they forget about articles because they usually use informal speech. So do not forget about articles when you pass your test and everything. Of course, when you speak like this, you can not use it, but try, of course, to use it and be more knowledgeable. Yes, I'm a smart guy. So why are you a doctor? I used it. I haven't seen, I just wrote them, very close. Yes. Why are you a doctor? And where does she work? Yes. She we use he. Does we use because of he. So that's very simple. And here we need like specific answer. Yes. Why are you a doctor? Because I'm not afraid of blood. Where does he work? He works in Japan. Where do you work? Let me know in comments. So let's go to our sentence that we started with. She likes clothes. Why we use likes? Yes, it's what? It's about affirmative. Yes, and she needs as clothes. He, again, affirmative, likes sex. And that is why they, yes, are not, yes, it's negative here, to be, yes, married. That's it. That's very simple. So guys, thank you Milan for watching. Have a spellbinding day full of epiphanies and ask me different questions in the comments. Have a beautiful day. Enjoy and see you. And let me know if it's been valuable for you. Bye.